Picture this. You're scrolling through Instagram, and every third post is someone sipping a vibrant green latte, claiming it's their secret to glowing skin and endless energy. The matcha craze is everywhere, from Starbucks to your local bakery, but here's what most people don't realize. Beneath all that social media hype lies something that could actually help you live longer. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how matcha works to slow down aging, which forms actually deliver results, and the precise daily amount that research suggests could add years to your life. By the end of this video, you'll know whether that trendy green latte is worth the hype, or if there's a better way to get the benefits. But first, let me share something that completely changed how I think about this green powder. Last year, I was digging into what makes people in blue zones, those places where folks routinely live past 100, so healthy. I kept seeing the same pattern. They all drank tea. A lot of tea. Then I discovered that matcha has 3 to 10 times more of the good stuff than regular green tea. That's when I realized we might be looking at one of nature's most powerful anti-aging tools, hiding in plain sight at your local coffee shop. Here's what makes matcha different from every other green tea you've tried. Imagine regular tea as squeezing a lemon into water. You get some of the juice, but most of the nutrients stay in the fruit. Matcha is like blending the entire lemon, peel, and all into your drink. The tea leaves are stone ground into a fine powder, so when you drink it, you're consuming everything. That's why 1 cup of matcha can pack the same punch as 10 cups of regular green tea. But here's where it gets really interesting, and this is the part that made me sit up and pay attention. Matcha doesn't just give you a caffeine boost and call it a day. Inside your body, it flips switches that tell your cells to clean house, repair damage, and work more efficiently. It's like having a really good maintenance crew for your body that shows up every single day. Now, before I get into the practical stuff, how much to drink, when to drink it, and which products are worth your money, I need to tell you about something that sounds disappointing at first but is actually fascinating. When you drink matcha, your body doesn't absorb all of it directly into your bloodstream. Think of it like a water filter. Most of the matcha gets processed by the beneficial bacteria in your gut, kind of like a recycling plant that breaks everything down and sends out different helpful compounds throughout your body. At first, scientists thought this was a problem. But here's the thing. Even though only a small percentage makes it through unchanged, matcha has so much of the good stuff to begin with that you're still getting way more than you would from regular tea. It's like the difference between keeping 1% of $1,000 versus 1% of $100. Plus, those gut bacteria aren't just breaking matcha down for fun. They're creating new compounds that fight inflammation, protect your heart, and keep your whole system running smoothly. Your gut is basically turning matcha into a custom anti-aging formula designed specifically for your body. So what does this actually do for you? Let me paint a picture of what's happening inside your body when you drink matcha regularly. First, think about your cells like tiny factories. As you age, these factories start to accumulate junk, broken equipment, damaged parts, waste products that pile up in the corners. Matcha activates your body's cleanup crew. It's like hiring a team that comes in overnight, hauls away the trash, repairs the machinery, and gets everything running efficiently again. This happens at the most basic level, in every cell of your body. Second, let's talk about your skin, because this is where you might actually see results in the mirror. Your skin is constantly under attack, from the sun, from pollution, from stress. It's like a house that's weathering storms every single day. The structure that keeps your skin firm and smooth starts to break down over time. Matcha acts like a protective coating and a repair crew rolled into one. Studies show it can slow down visible skin aging by 20 to 40%. That glow people talk about on Instagram? It's not just a filter. Third, your brain and metabolism. You know that foggy feeling you get in the afternoon, or how your metabolism seems to slow down as you get older? Matcha has this unique combination of caffeine and another compound that work together like a perfectly balanced team. The caffeine wakes you up, while the other compound keeps you calm and focused. It's like having the alertness of coffee without the jitters or the crash. And over time, It helps keep your brain sharp and your metabolism humming along like it did when you were younger. Now here's where the matcha craze gets tricky. And this is crucial if you actually want the longevity benefits and not just an expensive green-colored drink. Walk into any trendy cafe and you'll see matcha everything. Lattes, ice cream, cookies, even Kit Kats. But here's the truth. Most of these products are like calling orange soda vitamin C. Sure, there might be a tiny bit of the real thing in there, but you're mostly getting sugar, artificial flavoring, and green food coloring. That matcha ice cream, it might have as little as 1/100th of real matcha in the entire pint. You'd need to eat 5 pints to get the same benefit as 1 proper cup of matcha tea. Here's how to tell if you're getting the real deal. Real matcha should taste slightly bitter and earthy, with a natural sweetness underneath, kind of like dark chocolate. The color should be a vibrant, almost neon green. If it's pale or tastes like sugar with a hint of green, you're probably drinking expensive green milk. The products worth your money are simple. Traditional matcha tea whisked with hot water, matcha lattes made with real powder and just milk, and smoothies where you can see them scoop actual matcha powder into the blender. Look for the words ceremonial grade on the label. That's the good stuff. Let me give you the exact game plan that's backed by research. That's it. Not 3 lattes a day, not matcha with every meal. Just 1 good serving. Here's a trick that makes a big difference. Drink it on an empty stomach when you can. Having food in your stomach is like trying to water your garden while it's raining. Some of the water still gets through, but you're not getting the full benefit. The traditional Japanese way of preparing matcha, whisking it in hot but not boiling water, turns out to be the best method for keeping all the beneficial compounds intact. Boiling water is like overcooking vegetables. You lose the good stuff. Now, here's something that might surprise you, and it's a game changer. The health of your gut bacteria determines how well your body uses matcha. People with healthier gut bacteria absorb up to 36% more of the beneficial compounds. Think of your gut bacteria like a team of workers. If they're well-fed and diverse, they're way better at processing matcha and sending the benefits throughout your body. This means eating fermented foods like yogurt or sauerkraut, loading up on vegetables and fiber, and avoiding unnecessary antibiotics could actually make your matcha work better. It's like upgrading your body's operating system so it can run the matcha program more efficiently. If you're carrying extra weight or dealing with blood sugar issues, you might need slightly more matcha to get the same benefits. But here's the good news. Matcha helps address those underlying issues over time. It's like a tool that gets better the more you use it. Let's talk about cost for a second, because I know what you're thinking. Good matcha isn't cheap. You're looking at $30 to $60 for a small tin. But break it down. That's about $1 to $2 per day for something that could genuinely impact how you age. Compare that to fancy supplements or anti-aging creams that cost way more and have way less research behind them. If you're on a budget, culinary-grade matcha still gives you most of the benefits at about half the price. It's a bit more bitter and less refined, but the core compounds are still there. Just skip the bottom shelf stuff that's mostly filler. Here's something most people get wrong. They go all in for 2 weeks, drinking matcha every single day, then burn out and quit. Consistency beats intensity every time. Having matcha 3 or 4 times a week for years is infinitely better than having it daily for a month. The benefits build up slowly, like compound interest in a savings account. A few things to watch out for. Matcha does have caffeine, about half as much as coffee. If you're sensitive to caffeine or tend toward anxiety, start small or stick to morning consumption. Most people find the caffeine in matcha feels different, more smooth and sustained, but everyone's different. Also, if you're taking blood thinners or dealing with iron deficiency, check with your doctor first. Matcha can affect how your body absorbs iron and might interact with certain medications. Let me paint a picture of what this could look like in your actual life. You wake up, and instead of immediately reaching for coffee, you take 5 minutes to whisk up a bowl of matcha. It becomes this little morning ritual, a moment of calm before the day gets crazy. The process itself is meditative. The whisking, the vibrant green color, the earthy smell. Mid-afternoon, when you'd normally hit a wall and reach for coffee or a snack, you have a matcha latte instead. You get sustained energy without the crash, and you're stacking another dose of those longevity compounds. On weekends, maybe you blend matcha into a smoothie or bake it into something homemade where you control what goes in. The key is making it feel natural and enjoyable, not like another item on your to-do list. The research on matcha and longevity is still unfolding, but what we know so far is compelling enough that I've made it part of my daily routine. We're looking at something that activates the same cellular processes as proven longevity strategies like eating less and exercising more, but delivered in a form that people have been safely drinking for over 800 years. The matcha craze might be driven by pretty Instagram photos, but the science suggests there's real substance behind the trend. When you choose quality matcha and drink it consistently, you're not just following a fad, you're potentially adding years to your life and energy to those years. Here's what I want you to do. Try adding 1 serving of good matcha to your routine for the next 30 days. Pay attention to how you feel. Your energy, your skin, your mental clarity. The longevity benefits might take years to fully show up, but most people notice they feel different within a few weeks. Remember, living longer and healthier isn't about finding one magic solution. It's about making small, smart choices consistently over time. Matcha is one of those choices. It's accessible, it's enjoyable, and the research keeps getting stronger. Thank you for spending your time here. I'm grateful you're on this journey with me. Wishing you practical progress and good health. If you found this helpful, I've got more eye-opening research on longevity compounds that most people have never heard of. Click the video that just appeared on your screen to discover the next piece of the healthy aging puzzle.